He was the quiet star of American pickers, a man more interested in forgotten treasures than fame. But when Frank Fritz passed away in 2024, what surfaced stunned fans everywhere: a secret $6 million fortune, a contested will, and a heart-wrenching legal war. Who really deserves his legacy? The loyal friends who stood by him, or the father left out of everything? This isn't just a story of antiques and fame. It's about loyalty, heartbreak, and the price of being forgotten. Frank Fritz wasn't your typical TV personality. Born in Davenport, Iowa, he grew up fascinated by the old, the broken, and the overlooked. He turned that passion into a life, first as a fire safety inspector, then as an antique hunter alongside childhood friend Mike Wolfe on American Pickers. Together, they turned rust into gold and built one of the most watched shows on the History Channel. But while fame found him, Frank never chased it. He lived quietly in a farmhouse he bought for just $130,000, filling it with antiques, motorcycles, and memories. Fans loved him not just for what he found, but for who he was: witty, passionate, and real. By the time he quietly exited the show in 2020, health issues were mounting. He struggled with Crohn's disease, battled back pain, and in 2022, suffered a devastating stroke that left him partially paralyzed and dependent on round-the-clock care. His monthly expenses soared to $30,000. A longtime friend, Chris Davis, stepped in as his legal guardian. Together with the bank, they managed Frank's care and estate. Then came the shock. In 2023, Frank signed a will excluding his family, including his father, Bill Fritz. When Frank passed in October 2024, that decision sparked a bitter court battle. Bill claimed Frank wasn't mentally fit to make that choice and accused those around him of manipulating his son. At the heart of it all was a $6 million fortune and a deeply fractured family bond. Behind the headlines, Frank battled personal demons. His relationship with a former partner ended in heartbreak. Friends say that betrayal pushed him into a spiral of isolation and drinking. But through it all, his closest friends, Chris and Jerry, stood by him. One of the most emotional moments came when Mike Wolfe, Frank's estranged co-star, visited his bedside before his death. After years of tension, they reunited, not with words, but with forgiveness. Mike reportedly held Frank's hand and told him it was okay to let go. In that quiet moment, decades of friendship came full circle. Frank died from complications related to his stroke and heart disease. He was 60. Today, his shop, Frank Fritz Finds, still stands, and his books continue to inspire pickers worldwide. His estate remains locked in legal dispute, but his legacy is far more powerful than a dollar amount. Frank reminded us that treasures aren't always shiny. Sometimes they're dusty, forgotten, and filled with stories, just like he was. If Frank's story touched you, hit like, share your thoughts below, and subscribe for more untold stories that deserve to be remembered. Thanks for watching.